It is the final round of the Discraft Green Mountain Championships. We're out here at Smuggler's Notch in beautiful northern Vermont. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two Hot Geese.
Honk. It was not so beautiful today on the course. We had some storm fronts rolling through, some light rain here and there. Not as much wind as before, but definitely still gusting. We are back out at Fox Run Meadows, the open complement of the two courses. We're going to watch Henna Blomroos, Kristin Tattar, Ohn Scoggins, and Missy Gannon attack this course.
Yeah, all these ladies we've seen at least for a round or two, if not all of them. It's going to be an interesting day for sure. Hole 1 is a par 4. It's 565 feet. You are throwing from out of bounds. You need to get to the short grass here. There's OB left and right. Ideally, you're landing kind of into this tree line, and then you're wrapping off to the right. Really sets up for a sidearm. Turnover backhand can get risky, and the OB wraps around the back. Just a reminder to check out the 150K giveaway that GK Pro is doing. 2 VIP tickets to the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships in October.
This played is the second most difficult hole of the day.
First in the box today, our current co-leader. She's from Rauma, Finland, representing Innovo Champion Discs. Let's give it up for Henna Blomroos.
Let's go, Henna!
Woo!
Pretty cool to be tied for the lead when she's never played this event before.
Yeah, she's definitely leading the FPO field in driving stats. Her approaches are unmatched as well.
And her putting's looking stronger than
Ever.
it has, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she's currently first place in Circle 1 and Circle 2 in regulation, second place in fairway hits, and first place in parked.
Wow.
And first place in scramble.
This is fading into OB. There is a drop zone, but I think it's only if you don't cross initially.
From Panu, Estonia. Also our co-leader, representing Latitude 64. She's the current world champion of disc golf. Let's give it up for Kristen Tatar.
There's so many ridiculous stats about Kristen. I'll just highlight a few. She's averaged over 1,000 in the last two events, and she hasn't missed a podium in... Hold on, I have it right here. 446 days.
That's a lot of days of golf.
What? That looks like a good rip. Maybe just 20 feet shorter than you'd like to be, but in a really good spot.
Next on the tee box, from Los Angeles, California, she's representing Innovo Champion Discs, looking to chase down our co-leaders. Let's hear it for Ohn Scoggins.
Let's go, Ohn. Ohn not having quite the distance as Kristen or Henna, but still just shredding out here. She shot -3 at Fox Run on day 2. Look at these flex lines. She's going to carve these up all day. Great shot. She's 5 strokes back of the lead.
All right, completing this foursome from Beacon, New York. She's representing Discraft. She's the current Disc Golf Pro Tour champion. Let's give it up for Missy Gannon.
Missy 2 strokes off of Ohn here. 7 strokes off the leaders.
Ohn sitting in first place in Circle 1 putts, and Missy in second place in both Circle 1 and Circle 2 putts. So
very cool.
hopefully we'll get to see a putting display on our card today.
Yeah, Missy.
That's a great play.
So good.
I like throwing it right at the OB and just fading right by those trees. That's a perfect shot from Missy. So, yeah, the reason you want to be closer to that tree is to make it so the gap is a little closer and easier to hit. Kristen's going to go on this right side. And a little bit flexier of a line than we often see from her forehands, and she makes it look really easy. Get back in. Safe. Just circles edge, I think.
Man, I did not realize how close that OB line comes in on the left side of the basket.
It's super close. That's why you kind of want to just throw the pure hyzer sidearm. If you flex it too straight, that OB comes in quick. Oh, uh-oh. I think that's also barely in bounds from Ohn
Barely.
for a birdie look as well. Henna throwing 3. Kind of a straight look at it, though that tree looks like it's in her way. It's going to be low and burned into the ground early, outside circle 2. Missy with the big drive on the card. Going backhand.
Yeah, this is a scary line to take because of that right there, going a little bit too far and skipping out of bounds deep. Kind of surprised we didn't see her pull out the sidearm. She's
it's been looking
it
good
more often.
Yeah, especially yesterday at Brewster. Henna laying up for bogey. Missy coming back for par.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow. Her putting.
Let's see it again.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this all day. Just so comfortable.
Yeah, good save.
Ohn for birdie.
This is a little scary, though, that OB is not far behind.
Oof. Right side, but didn't quite snag.
Kristen inside the circle, it looks like.
Drawing
Right.
lots of metal, but unfortunately no birdies on our lead card and no birdies on the day on hole 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of surprising.
Yeah, especially since we just saw 3 of them have looks.
Yep.
Well, Missy, I guess, was for par.
57% of the field with a bogey or worse. And there was, let's see, there was 6 competitors that made it inside circle 1. So just a little hole 1 putting woes.
It also just plays a little hard first hole. Lots of OB.
Hole 2, slightly downhill, 248 feet. It also slopes from left to right towards an out-of-bounds line that wraps around behind the basket if you go too far. It's a really tight gap, and after hole 1 being a little bit difficult, this one is a musket. You feel like you have to get down there. It's elevated, though, so it does make the putting a lot more difficult.
You really don't see a lot of sidearms. We saw Kristen do this. Oh, she slips there. Yeah, she did this in round 2. And it didn't work out either. I mean, she has so much control. I really want to see how that would end up. I'm going forehand, too.
It's a tight gap, and if you kick left, it's really, really brutal and hard to recover.
It just does not look like a forehand to me.
Yeah, it doesn't at all.
Missy struggling and gets a worse kick than the other 2 ladies. Those trees can be really rough. A lot of small gaps.
Henna pured it in round 1 or round 2, and we see her puring it again. Good.
We're going to ace run. That was awesome.
That was amazing. If that didn't hit the basket, that thing was going deep.
Believe this is a Star Invader.
Coming in hot. You know the camera guy's praying right now. Oh. So close.
Cool.
And look at what Missy has to work with here. Kicking early left is pretty tough to recover from. She might have a little gap.
Wow.
That looks great. Unbelievable.
So much skill.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, she was 6 inches away from hitting 2 different trees. Impressive.
Kristen with a little forehand chip.
It's a little high and fluffed. And there's OB over there, too.
Looks like it checks up just before the OB line, and she'll have some low-hanging branches to deal with on the elevated basket. Ohn in a similar spot.
A little bit of a clearer look at it. Should be an easy Ohn putt for par.
Just a little low for the par save.
Ohn right up against this tree. Makes a nice putt.
All arm, no problem. Man,
Sweet.
Yeah, with the tap in birdie.
Wow. And man, already 2 lead changes in 2 holes.
It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
Missy with the best recovery ever from an early tree hit. Just a reminder, there are only 20 competitors on Fox Run Hills today, so all stats will be for the top 20 in the field.
Hole 3 is an uphill par 3, 300 feet. There's Mando on the right. You really just need to throw something straight up this hill that has a tiny bit of fade. You don't want to throw something too high speed though, because if you land here and get too much ground play, you can see the out of bounds wraps all the way behind the basket and comes up quick. No OB on the left side, but it's not the best place to be either.
Yeah, yesterday round 3 was cut day. Round 4 is just the top 50% of the field.
Ooh. Henna kind of barely makes the Mando and gets some forward progress. I think that's a leopard 3. Really great line from Ohn.
This hole is really hard to get to get inside the circle because you have to throw it over this hill, so your nose angle is a little bit high and it always wants to finish out way left of the basket if you throw an aggressive shot.
Yeah.
It's a very challenging hole to park and even more challenging to, just a little bit less difficult to keep it inside the circle.
Yeah, you basically have to throw it 1 foot over the crest of the hill.
With a dead straight disc.
That's looking great. Maybe 2 feet above the hill, but I guess it's pretty good. Wow, she's pretty parked.
Missy again having to have a weird stance to recover her par. Oh,
Oh,
yeesh.
dang. Oh, this looks pretty awkward too from Henna. She does get a lot of power and control though from these kind of standstill backhand shots.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Her angle control is unmatched.
Missy's 3rd. Just needs to sit softly. Softly. That's fine. Ohn, laying up? Yeah.
Just a little too far to run that one. Missy coming back for bogey.
Oh, she gets that tree.
It looked right in the way.
Gonna be a double. Kristen threw a St. Pro off the tee.
What a great birdie.
Yep. Ties it right back up.
With an excellent scramble shot to save her par, and Ohn with a pretty easy, straightforward par herself.
Now the long walk to 4.
Let's check in before we get there. Everyone's sitting around even par, but look at Katie.
Yeah.
4 down through 11. That is a strong play at Fox Run. That's unbelievable.
It's a little less windy than it was in round 2, but the rain definitely has its own challenges. That's an unbelievable score. Deanne Carey under par as well.
This is one of the easiest holes on the course at only 476 feet for a par 4. You just want to throw something over these bushes. Forehand works, a backhand turnover works as well. You don't really need a distance driver. You can just throw a mid or even a fairway driver to check up just before the out of bounds line. Then you throw your second shot, either a backhand or I think it really caters to the sidearm angle, to this little rock elevated platform where the basket sits nicely waiting for you to tap in your birdie.
Forehand is a great play here, especially as these bushes kind of grow higher and higher. The angle for the backhand gets kind of interesting. You have to go really nose up.
Kristen finding that center bush you want to avoid today, making the correction and landing to the left of the bush, having a wide open approach to the green.
And she's way up there too. Henna just going P2 here, same as round 1, and a really great result. Pretty good gallery, braving the rain to watch our lead card ladies.
Thankfully, even though it was pretty wet out there, it's still pretty warm. It was just in the mid-60s, not too bad.
It's like the warmest day, which is odd.
Yep.
Really good shot from Ohn there as well. Dang,
no.
That's the one place you really can't land. Missy just pitching out. Gonna try to save par. Ohn with the forehand. Great shot.
Yeah, from Ohn's place, it's probably around 220 feet to the basket.
I'll agree to that made-up number. Missy showing off the forehand with a Zeus here. It's a little high. And early. Oh, that sucks. She has to take it back from the other side. Just came out of her hand a little early, it looked like. And high. And Henna just going P2, P2. On a par 4. Man, you can't have a better drive than this.
No, it's absolutely perfect, just short of the out of bounds. Kind of.
She shorts it a little too.
Yeah.
Huh.
Kind of weird to see everyone not even getting close to inside the circle.
Yeah, Ohn has the best look, but she's still 25 probably. Missy. Woo! Limits the damage there with a great putt.
Second huge putt from out of bounds already.
Both to save, you know, her par, her bogey, though. Hopefully she can drop some of these in for birdies. What a great putt.
Wow. Yeah, with the little wave, too. Thanks to everyone that came out and watched in Vermont, even in the adverse conditions. Kristen for birdie.
Her putting stroke not quite as on as we're used to seeing.
Just a little low. Henna, same problem.
See if Ohn can get a birdie. You know it.
There we go.
Waves to both sides of the crowd.
43% of the field, almost half the field landing inside the circle for birdie.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Go, Gotta Throw your disc golf warehouse. With a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, shirts, and more. GottaGoGottaThrow.com has all the tools to take your game to the next level. Shop online or our Golden Valley, Minnesota store. Free shipping with all online orders over $75. Online or in-store, get what you need for the game you love. GottaGoGottaThrow.com, your disc golf warehouse. In the game since 1993.
Hole 5 is not one where you really think about birdieing it very often. Kind of feels like an eagle. It's a downhill 445-foot par 3. You can see OB left and right. You want to follow the drone here and take this right side gap. Anywhere landing in this little ditch is the best drive ever. I mean, did we see birdies here in round 2? I'm trying to think.
Nope.
Yeah.
No birdies in round 2.
To get even a circle 2 look is a heroic effort.
A lot of times,
wow,
too,
you do not see this.
It's not going to work. A lot of times, too, the wind is pretty strong head on this particular tee. Thankfully, it looks pretty calm today, so you don't have to worry about that changing the angle. This is a huge downhill shot, so there's lots of airspace.
You kind of do have to push the right side OB a little bit more than Kristen did to pass those trees. That's not a bad shot, but sometimes you're left with some really bad options in that center tree cluster. This kind of the same thing from Henna. Let's see if we can get past.
Yep.
Nice.
Scoots by. But still, even with that great of a tee shot, she's still in circle one with a basket perched on the edge of a hill that if you don't make your putt, it can very easily roll to the edge of circle one again.
Is she in the circle or is she in circle two?
No, she's in circle two.
Yeah. Missy had a great drive here in round 2. Leaves it a little short. And she's like right in the
brutal.
center.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can reach out and throw it over the bridge, but it's tough. Ohn OB early with that sidearm. See if she can get a bogey here. That looks great.
That angle control is wonderful. It does get, unfortunately, a little bit of ground play on that sloped green.
It's so hard to land it on that slope. Missy really stretched out here. Good shot.
Yeah, that was a nice forehand.
Hard to do too much better from there.
Kristen has a little bit of a low line. Maybe she can get up to the putting green.
Oh, yeah. Bullseye.
Wow.
Beautiful. Nice, Kristen.
Henna's second shot.
A rare birdie look.
Yeah, I
It's a
think that's
tough one.
smart, though. She's just laying up to the flat part so it doesn't roll. Jeez, Missy.
Dang, Missy! She's a genius.
3 huge putts in 5 holes.
You can see from how our lead card is playing this one, it's a tough one to get, and there were no birdies on the day. This is one of those holes that par will gain strokes on the field. It's pretty nice that we have this huge pond at Fox Run, and they never use it as a place where you're necessarily going to lose discs.
Yeah, that is true.
You have to throw a pretty errant shot.
It comes into play, I think, for the MPO field on this hole
Yep.
because they can actually drive to the green.
Yep. So you don't have to worry about swimming. Hole 6 is uphill, plays a little bit longer than the 266 noted. It's feels like a shank turnover is the best play to get there. There is this little out of bounds patch that you don't want to throw anything short, so you do have to disc up a little bit. We'll see Henna probably throw a mid, and that right side has that nice little wall if you come in low that keeps you in bounds. Sidearm is also a great play.
Yeah, if you have the power, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you are kind of an, I don't know, average FPO sidearm player, that little patch of OB can come into play.
Yeah, it's like the perfect landing spot.
Kristen, not at all worried about it. Anything but average.
Yeah, it's. What would you say for sidearm it plays closer to 300 feet?
Yeah, I think just generally it does with the backhand too. It's pretty uphill. Ooh,
Oh, no.
That's OB.
Yeah, that needed to just be a little bit lower to get that backboard.
Henna, though, inside the circle to try to save par. Missy early.
Yeah,
Not turning
super
enough.
early.
She'll be in circle 2. We'll see if we can see another highlight putt to save her par. Missy kind of working really hard
Yes.
for the score she has. Ohn gonna throw more of a flex forehand. That looks great.
Oh yeah.
Missy to save par. Oh, I thought she was going to do it. All right, so that's a guaranteed 1-stroke swing. Henna has to make her putt to make sure it's not 2 strokes. She's close, though.
Yep. Super smooth.
Ohn shaking off that double bogey with a birdie.
And Missy unfortunately carding the bogey.
Yeah, she's +4 through 6.
Yeah, and has been working hard for that.
Yeah.
+4.
Hole 7, huge par 5, 1,117 feet. Most ladies going to throw to the right of this tree. The drone's flying to the left and then just landing as far as you can. In bounds, you can see the OB stays the entire way. Your second shot, you're trying to get into the bubble on the left. That's all in bounds. And then there's, how far is that little out of bounds patch, you think? Like 100?
Yeah.
Maybe a little over 100 feet.
Yeah.
So we do see some women cross it on their third shot, but it usually is quite a carry. And then the OB comes in really tight behind the basket. So if you're out of position on your second shot, a lot of times people just pitch up and then just play for par. So hard to stay in bounds on every single shot.
Yeah, and this one requires 2 perfect first shots in order to even have a chance to go for it. This is pretty perfect for the first one, though.
Yeah, great distance. That was a rive.
That was a crush.
Ohn going forehand. You never know. She's got them both. It's hard to predict what she'll throw.
Nice and safe, though. I really like that play.
Yeah, not quite as much distance, but I don't know. I don't know if it feels safer. They're both risky. I guess the gap's bigger. Oh, no. It's a pretty big slip from Henna.
Man.
And she kicks
stayed in
back into
bounds.
bounds. Yeah. Really bad luck followed by pretty good luck, I guess. Bummer, though.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen someone slip. Wonder how this AstroTurf handles in the rain.
Missy throwing a Zeus. Great shot.
This played as the 4th most difficult hole. Usually it's in the top 2. So our top level athletes have got this one figured out a little bit more than normal.
Wow.
Crushed.
What a laser. Honestly, she's far enough where she can think about still crossing.
Ohn going sidearm, sidearm?
Yeah. Honestly, it's a good play. If you're on this right side, the backhand can find that left side OB faster than you would think.
Wow.
And the sidearm fades away from it. That was great.
Ohn still, I would say every bit of 400 feet from the pin.
Yeah, it's a downhill 400, but so risky to go for it from there. We saw Missy make it from there, though.
Yep. She actually went deep.
She went deep OB, but she
Yeah.
did. She crossed it from about there.
Yep.
Maybe a little farther back even. Kristen's so much farther up than the other competitors. Also, this left side is nice for the backhand because you can now throw more of a hyzer shot and not worry so much about the out of bounds. It's always interesting to see. Some people lay up short left and then just go straight across the OB. Some people take this kind of right side. I guess it's the fairway. It's just so weird because it wraps all the way back, like perpendicular to the pin. That was a great shot.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I wonder if she was trying to go a little bit closer to the basket or maybe the out of
I don't
bounds on
know.
the left side.
In that, but she was in bounds the entire time.
Yep.
So I think really smart.
Yep.
Missy going for it for sure. That's a Zeus. Come on.
Is that a little short? No. Yeah, she put that one way out wide. Ohn going for it as well. A nice low flex backhand.
That looks good.
That looks great.
Get there. Oh, yeah. Bullseye.
Wow.
So it's forehand, forehand, backhand for those of you taking notes for Worlds next year. Kristen's so far up here. Leaves it really wide. I think that's kind of an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, that's
Because the left side OB wraps, relatively close. Missy having to throw across again. This time with a Buzz OS. Great shot. Henna, long birdie look, which is astounding considering she landed short on the drive. Henna has finished in the top 10 out of 12 times of all the events she's played this year, Elite Series events.
Kristen just a little high on her birdie putt. Missy coming back for, I believe, a double?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
single
single
bogey.
bogey. Single bogey, yeah. Math.
Ohn with a tap-in birdie.
Unreal.
She's the only competitor to be inside the bullseye all day for birdie.
And even with a double bogey, she's right back to 1 under par. Impressive.
Only 3 other competitors got this hole today. Valerie Mandujano, Jennifer Allen, and Katie Tati. Hole 8 is an uphill 558, plays a little longer than that. You want to be really aggressive off the tee if you're trying to get this one for birdie. But this out of bounds on the left-hand side comes into play if you hyzer out. So a lot of people are going to throw a little bit straighter at that right side out of bounds and hopefully finish more left, because if you're pinched to the right, the second shot can be a pretty difficult forehand or backhand turnover towards the out of bounds that comes in very close to the green.
Ohn first up. That looks great. I'm trying to decide. She has a yellow Destroyer and a yellow Leopard 3, but I'm thinking that has to be Destroyer.
Yeah,
but it went so straight.
It did go very straight.
So it's one of those two. Wow, so much power on that shot.
Henna being a little more aggressive off the tee.
That's too early.
Yeah, or maybe just an early release.
She's pretty far up there. She'll have a chance to save her par.
Sometimes throwing overstable disc like that, I'm wondering if she was even hoping for it to like flip up a little bit.
Plus, she just slipped
didn't.
off the last tee pad, so
Yeah.
it might be hard to commit.
Yeah.
Missy's, I think it's safe. Yep, that's fine. Ohn, probably just playing, maybe to get a circle 2 look. It's really hard to get all the way there. Maybe she's just playing for par.
Mm-hmm.
It can get risky attacking this one for birdie. Missy going Thrasher, Thrasher. Check up.
God. Just living on the edge.
She's got a circle 2 look, though. Easy par, if nothing else. Kristen going sidearm, which is usually the aggressive play to get the birdie. What a great shot.
I like our very vocal crowd we have with us today.
Henna trying to put this close to save her par. Ooh, nice little drift on it.
Yeah, I love
Beautiful.
watching her throw those turnovers.
Yeah, it's almost
It's like a forced turn.
A forced turn,
Yeah.
yeah, right out of her hand.
And she's always got her back kind of to the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's perfected that shot for sure. Ohn. Giving it a run. I wonder if it was on purpose. Probably not. Missy for a long birdie look. Can't get them all.
Kristen for her birdie look from just outside the circle. That's the third one, just a little bit low on the cage.
Yeah, Kristen not playing bad by any means, but leaving more out there than she usually does.
This is, day 4 of a tournament. Oh. Almost a great par save from Henna. We definitely were spoiled for a little while on tour, played a lot of 3-day events, and all of a sudden we're getting a lot of 4-day events, and it's still a grind. Come day 4, you're whooped.
Ouch, that's going to be a double for Henna. That's a pretty big swing in Kristin's favor. She's all of a sudden got 3 strokes.
There were 3 birdies on this hole. Valerie Mandujano, Evelina Salonen, and Raven Klein. Good birdies.
Finishing it off, hole 9, a difficult downhill par 3. It's 391, probably plays more like 375. You can see the out of bounds on the right. It's a little bit more generous on the left side. It kind of bubbles out, so you see a lot of people kind of bail out left and maybe get a circle 2 putt. We've seen some amazing drives. Henna parked it in round 2. I feel like the play is just to throw kind of straight off the tee, kind of towards the right side out of bounds, and then let it fade just before the pin. That's 2 overturned and pretty early.
Throwing a faster disc feels very risky because if your angle's off just a little bit, you're 100% finding out of bounds.
But it's also usually a headwind.
Yes. But I like kind of like a more overstable, slower fairway.
Yeah.
Unless you are really good at throwing distance drivers.
That was a fortress, so exactly what you said. Missy with her Tour Series Thrasher. Ooh! Oh, it's so good.
She's got that thing so dialed.
Oh, man. I see why it's her Tour Series.
Is this the Rock or the Thunderbird? They're the same color.
It's the Thunderbird.
And I love how she can just rip on that and trust.
Yeah, it's pretty stable, though.
Ooh, they got a weird straight skip.
It's in. Ohn trying to keep it to a bogey here with just a simple forehand hyzer. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Just a little bit early release. Doesn't quite get around the corner.
Kind of a strange, unforced error from Ohn.
And a big one. Throwing out of bounds back to back like that. Kristen not trying to mess around really. That rock can come into play really quickly if you go past the basket. Your disc can roll around it and it can be almost impossible to putt.
Missy for a birdie. Her first of the round if she converts.
Death putt. Hard bid.
Get that momentum, girl. All right, Ohn to save. Wow.
I wonder why she's not taking
to save a
meter,
bogey.
more of a meter.
I don't know. She's right next to the OB. And misses. A little bit of a comeback or two. She's still out. For a double. No! Oh boy, that's probably gonna take her out of it a little bit. It's gonna be hard to push back for the win anyway. Quad. Oh my gosh, it's a quad.
Yeah. Oh.
With the 2 OBs. Oof.
Yeah.
Putting for double, comeback for triple. Jeez, that hurts. Not really the hole you'd think either.
No, and that's like a huge swing there at the end of the front 9.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's kind of just a battle for 3rd place. And Kristen with a 3-stroke lead after coming into the event tied with Henna. Whew.
Yeah, there's still 9 more holes. And let's see what everyone else on the field's doing too. I know that Chase Card was pretty close there to
at least
run in the podium.
Yeah, positioning. Valerie Mandujano 2 down through 11. Natalie Ryan finishing 2 down. So Valerie can potentially make a push. She's only 1 stroke behind Missy at this point.
Yep, everyone else over par and having a rough time out there. It's wet. It's a little windy. We still have 9 more holes, and they get a little bit more wooded, too, as we move into the back of Fox Run Meadows. Thanks again to our VIP members, and thanks for hanging out with us, the 2 Hot Geese, on the final day of the Green Mountain Championships. We got 9 more holes. We'll see you guys in the back. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. Honk.
Honk.